S'ak Pase. Thank you, Messi en Pile, for tuning in, and welcome once again to the Haitian American Dream. I am your host, Sophie, and welcome to the second episode of the Haitian American Dream podcast, where I discuss the beauty, the flaws, and all that Haitian culture is made up of. As I said in the intro and first episode, on this podcast, you will be sure to find a little bit of history, a dash of comedy, and a major focus on the importance of mental health in our community. So go on ahead, pull up a chair, get comfy, and pour yourself a glass of Malta, crema, cola, champagne, or whatever your Haitian drink of choice is, and let's start the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Haitian American Dream, episode number 2, numéro 2. Before we go ahead and get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to the man behind the music that you hear on this podcast. His YouTube name is Milton Cruz. That is MILTON CRUZ. For those of you who may be into family vlogs or just vlogs in general, go ahead and check him out. He has a really cute, adorable family vlog, and he also makes some dope beats, as you can see with the podcast. So the music that you hear, like I said, is made by him. And I just want to say a big thank you, because I'd been looking for a little while, couldn't find anything that really, I think, meshed well with the content of this podcast. But once I found it, I was like, boom, that's it. It's perfect. It's a nice little vibe, just kind of, just chilling. So yeah, once again, shout out to Milton Cruz. Like I said, go check him out. He has a family vlog, dope beats. And yeah, just go ahead, support Black creatives. Why not? We might as well, right? Continue uplifting and empowering one another. So thank you again, Milton, for that, for helping another creative continue to create awesome content because of your dope beats. Okay, thank you, and blessings to you and your family. All right, let's go ahead and jump right into the show without further ado. All right, y'all, it's time to be honest with yourself. The soup jumu is done. Bagala, fini. Some of y'all still out there scraping the pot. It's done. Li fini. Okay? Put it away. Li fini. If you still have soup jumu, jete la garbage, li babo encore. But now, on the real, I remember growing up, we'd be sipping soup for like 6 weeks after. And I'm just like, damn, when is the soup gonna be done? I'm tired of eating yellow soup. But by the time the soup was done, it was already January 1st, and we had to do it all over again. Y'all, when I tell you, we Haitians are so loyal to leftovers, loyal as hell to some leftovers, especially when it comes down to soup jumu. But look, I hope you all enjoyed your first. You enjoyed all the soup that your stomach can handle, the cremas, the chocolat, the pain haïtien, all of that. I hope that you guys enjoyed every piece of it. It's now the 15th. It's MLK Day. Happy MLK Day for those of you who also have the day off. Shout out to you. I know that you're happy at home. I also am happy at home. And yeah, so I've been doing some thinking as far as how I want everything to go throughout the podcast. And I've realized that because of not the way I was raised necessarily, well, a little bit because of that, but also I guess the way I was groomed. I don't know if that's a good word to use, but like in high school and college, like I was always in some type of program where it was something about professional this, professional that. So I feel like when it comes to this show, I'm trying to be extremely professional when it comes to certain things, and of course joke around here and there. But one thing I really want to strive for is just really being myself, like not trying to put on a mask or anything and, be extra with it. I'm trying to be 100% authentic me, Sophie, the Sophie that my friends know, my family know. I'm trying to bring that to you all because according to some of my friends, I'm funny, and I don't know, I really don't see it. I just say dumb stuff just because it's fun to me, not because I want people to laugh, but literally just because I'm like, whatever, such is life, let's laugh about it, right? But anywho, so that's that. With that being said, obviously, I don't have another host on the show. I am the only host. And usually on some of the podcasts I listen to, they'll ask each other, oh, hey, how was your weekend? Whatever, this, that, and the third. Clearly, I can't do that. But I'm going to tell you all sometimes how my weekend went. And I really want to talk about this weekend because, y'all, I got to meet my low-key Haitian crush from since I was a kid, y'all, a kid. I got to meet the man, the only, the Mr. Shoko La La. Alan Cave, y'all. So I went to an event they were having there it was Alan Cave and Senklan. And for those who don't know Senklan, you need to find out now because they are one of, to me, and a lot of my friends, one of the hottest Haitian bands out, like current bands is what I mean. They are so good. Their music, like, oof, like, y'all know when you be dancing that confide and you gotta like do the air guitar. Y'all, I was doing the air guitar all night. I looked at the bass, the bass player, and I just gave him that okay sign, like the music is good. I feel it in my soul, like, y'all, when I tell you what. But anyway, so this was last night. I went out last night with my friends. Felt really good. For those who really know me, I've been going through like a really, really tough time within the last year, to be honest, but especially December, y'all, it kicked my ass. Let me do this, some batmuel, shit. So I just thank God because, I'm starting to get better and just kind of feel more myself again and just kind of get out of, I guess I would say seasonal depression, in terms of weather, as well as like literally the season in my life that I'm going through right now. I don't want to get way too deep with y'all right now, but yeah. So with that being said, like I said, I went out. One of my friends, so a few weeks back, one of my friends asked me, "Hey girl, do you want to go out to this birthday party for so-and-so, whatever?" And I was just kind of like, I really want to, but honestly, I haven't been feeling good about myself lately. Like, it's just been a lot going on. I would rather just stay home like a hermit crab and just watch Netflix, Hulu, or somebody's account somewhere, somehow, YouTube, whatever. But one of my Haitian friends from college, shout out to Ash. Hey girl. Well, two Ashes. So, okay. Anyways, shout out to all of y'all. Love y'all. But, yeah, so she convinced me. She was like, "Oh, so they're having another event, and there's Alan Cave and Senkla." My old school ass. Mind you guys, Alan Cave is more like, not necessarily old school, but more early, new millennium, early 21st century music, Haitian music or whatever. Which I kind of noticed. Sorry, I'm going to go off on a tangent. I kind of noticed at the event because there were a lot of, girls, when they see, the guy singing, it's like, whoa, whatever. Like, we were screaming for him. But a lot of them didn't know the words. And I was like, wow, I must really be old school. I just really love music. Because, like, I will know lyrics to the most random songs. And other people are like, how do you know that? I'm like, I told y'all I love music. It's not a game. Like, it's really serious out here for me. So, anyways, basically, the girls are just looking like, huh? And so I started singing. Like, my friends and I, we're singing. We know some of the words. I know most of the words. Going in, he started giving us the mic to sing and everything. And I was just like, yes. So eventually by the end of the night, I decided, you know what? I've been having a good time dancing and whatnot. And I was like, you know what? I said to my friend, I'm going to make it my goal. I'm going to dance with him before the end of the night. And that's what I did. And I was happy because I was like, I be fake shy sometimes and I don't want to like do what I say I'll do. And I just was like, F it. It's a good time. It's good music. It's good vibes. This is someone I've always like looked up to, low key crushed on, as a kid, like just kind of like, oh my God, like he sings so well. Like he's kind of cute, that type of like, and not even on anything where it's just like, oh, I really want to talk to this man. Like, honestly, y'all, this man, I don't know how old Alan is, but with respect, I'm pretty sure, he's probably around like my oldest brother's age or a little bit. Yeah, probably. No, actually, yeah, he's probably a little bit way older than him. But yeah, so it was just like respectfully, like I wasn't trying to do no guyad or nothing like that. And at the end of the day, I don't know that man business. I don't, I think he is married actually too. So it wasn't, I don't want none of y'all to be like, oh no, baka fessa, c'est la. No, legit, I was just dancing regular. How you would dance with your friend when you do little 2-step side to side, boom, boom, da, da, da. And that's it. So it was nice. I really, appreciated how he was just very engaged with the crowd. And like, even though there were a lot of people, I'm telling you, it had to be the much younger generation who didn't really know his songs. And I was just like, how dare y'all disrespect a legend and not sing his music? But of course, when Chocolat came on, everybody was lit. So it was cool, But yeah, so I enjoyed myself, y'all. When I tell you I had a great time, it was beautiful. It was lovely. I love seeing Black people just enjoying themselves and just being unapologetically themselves in the midst of one another, especially when it's my Haitian people, because that's an even deeper connection with my my direct culture when it comes to how I was raised and whatnot. So it's beautiful seeing Black people just happy in one room, just everybody just dancing, vibing. But yeah, so it was a great night. So that was cool. What I really like though, y'all, is like in the Haitian community how because a lot of people don't understand Creole unless you're Haitian or like from some different island that actually speaks Creole, we kind of have our tight knit community in a sense where it's like it's easier to reach the artist, it's easier to reach this quote unquote celebrity, and it's like a like part of your family in a sense. So it's like I didn't feel no type of way like, oh my god, so super starstruck when I saw him. I'm just like, oh my god, it's Alan Cave. Like, yo, I grew up listening to his music, and it's like, wow, like my mom would play his songs. So it's like, you just feel real connected in a sense because you go to a ball, you go to an event, you see them right there in front of you. They'll dance with you. They'll take pictures. Like, it's real familial. That's what I really appreciate about the community. Granted, obviously, like I said, there's flaws and all, but it was just dope, y'all. I had a great time. Senkla was did a great job. There was some electrical issues going on. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it was the lounge or what, but I just want to give a shout out to Senkla for being so patient. They started over the music multiple times. They did a great job. I really hope they didn't feel no type of way because, well, I mean, I'm sure they did, but they were doing great. It was nothing wrong with their music at all, period. They have some great music. So for those who want to check out their music, it's S'ak 5 LAN. LAN, yes. S'ak Lan. The number 5, and then LAN is their thing or whatever. Oh, also, I also got Alan Cave on my Snapchat. Like, I was singing Chocolat and he come up behind me. I was like, yes, like this is goals right here. The next morning I'm like, I'm sending it to my mother because she will love it. She loves Chocolat. She loved that song. But anyways, all right, y'all. I've done enough talking about me and what I did this weekend and everything. I hope that didn't bore y'all too much, but I don't know. I just feel like I need to be more vibrant and fun and like just really, like I said, be myself. So, if you enjoy, you do. If you don't, c'est comme ça la vie. Ou ka fast forward, ou ka stop tes plans, n'importe ça besoin faire. But anyways, I'm just going to be myself, What can I do? This message is supported by Epidadsit Inc., where we teach you how to stop caring about the opinions of others or exerting all your energy into feeding the daily bullshit you hear in the news or in your neighborhood about you, your people, or how you live your life. 2018, we loving ourselves 100%. Epidadsit. All right, so it's time for the Music Magic section. This week's Music Magic song is Kite Yo Pale by none other than Sweet Mickey, who is formerly known as Michel Mateli, one of Haiti's most well-known musical artists who also served as the country's president from 2011 to 2016. Random, I know, but it happened. Low-key, I feel like Haiti started the trend for celebrity presidents. I don't know about other countries and stuff, but anyways, let's move on. If y'all hear like a plane right now, just ignore it. I'm like sitting near the window, but anywho, I ain't got no fancy studio for no podcast and stuff. Y'all know what I'm saying? I'm just out here trying to make it. It's just me, my iPhone, and my iPhone headphones, and that's it. Okay, so if you want to start a podcast, start it right now. You don't need much. Okay, when you make your money, then you move up in life. Okay, so Sweet Mickey has always been a quite controversial figure in the community for how sometimes he would be on stage barely dressed, or he'd sometimes legit be in some Speedos or in women's clothing. And a lot of people would criticize him, talk about him, whatever. But literally, like this song says, Kite Yo Pale, he still was famous. He still made like tons of money and like, had like great influence in the culture and whatnot. And regardless, his music is loved far and wide within the community. Let me play a quick clip. No? Oh, yep. I don't need this ad messing up what I'm trying to do. But yeah, I really hope that you all are having an amazing MLK Day. Oh, there goes skip ad. Skip ad. All right, let's see. Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh. Okay, so here goes. Make sure y'all can hear that. I'm going to put it up a little bit. Yo pale, yo pale. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to sing a little bit with that. But like I said, he was very controversial, whatever. But he's had like great music. And I know I said just one song, but another song which I low-key feel like should be the second, or let me just say the social Haitian anthem, would be his other song, I Don't Care. I think it's a perfect fit, especially because we get so much hate for being Haitian, like literally from everywhere, and it's ridiculous. But like sometimes we really got to remind the world, like straight up, I don't give a shit, like he said. And I would play that song too, but I don't really know how these music license and stuff work for like the Haitian community, but I ain't over here trying to get in trouble and whatnot. But anywho, okay, so let's move on. Even though I really want to keep this podcast as positive as possible, obviously life has its ups and downs. So it's nearly impossible to always remain in the ups category, but I realize the most important thing we can do in any situation is maintain our reactions. With that said, I'm going to try my best to refrain from going all the way in about the recent situation regarding America's 45th. All I want to say is, I don't care. That's it. Like, I saw recently Jessie Woo, who's one of my favorite Haitian social people. I don't know what, social media influencer. That's a good word to say. Like she said, she wants, shoot, I should have got the exact quote she said, but I'm paraphrasing what I remember her saying. Basically, like, we have to stop caring about what people are saying in terms of like being Haitian and whatever. Dang, I really wish. Oh, no. It was something about basically like what 45 said about us, and the whole comment that he made, derogatory comment about Haiti, El Salvador, and African nations. And it's like, we got to stop caring, honestly. And granted, I know people were trying to be really positive, and like I appreciate the reactions where it was like, you know, people are explaining greatness and how they're this, how they're that. You know, I'm a nurse, I'm a philanthropist, I'm a psychologist, this, that, and the third, and I'm from a bleep whole country, right? And it's beautiful. I'm proud of every one of you, all you black and brown beautiful kings and queens and in-betweens. I love y'all. However, this is why I'm like, yo, I really don't want to go in on this podcast. It's going to make this even longer. But honest to God, y'all, I really feel like a lot of us in this community, we need to look up the word respectability politics. Respectability politics. I'm going to repeat that again because it's something that is so ingrained within us that we feel the need to always try to overcompensate for who we are so that we can be deemed worthy or valuable to the oppressor. And I'm not going to say, oh, the white man, oh, the white woman, whatever. No, I'm not even going to say that because it's like, it's unnecessary. Like, you already know what it is. You know what white supremacy is. It's not only enforced by white people, it's also enforced as well by black people and other brown people. So my whole thing is, when we're sitting up here trying to describe how valuable we are because we've contributed so much to society, it doesn't really do much. It doesn't. As a matter of fact, it doesn't do anything because people are still going to look at you however they want to look at you, especially when it comes to someone who is oppressing you, and the fact that your oppression makes them money or makes them live a more comfortable life. They don't give a fuck. You can say you all the great things in the world. They don't care. That's the basis of respectability politics. You may think that by saying, oh, well, I'm this great person, I did this, and well, what about this? No, it doesn't matter. Someone who hates you will hate you, period. Like, unless God decides to turn their heart of stone soft, or actually not even them, until they take the initiative to be like, you know what, I'm a hateful ass person and I'm gonna change my ways. If not, it's not gonna change. So it's like, I'm seeing all these beautiful posts on Twitter and Instagram. I'm like, man, you guys really are awesome. But first of all, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell nobody, oh, graduated from Montclair, I did this, I got a psych degree, and I'm Haitian, I'm from a shithole country. Fuck that. I'm not from a shithole country. My parents are not from a shithole country. And I also saw, like, there were some other Haitians and even some Africans on Twitter who was saying things like, well, if you did see this country, you would think it's a shithole. And it's like, that is beside the point. We know we have problems in our countries. No one is denying that. No one. The only thing that we have an issue with is when people try to put their mouths on our nations without any regard for why most of these nations are in the state in which they are today. A lot of these nations were negatively impacted not only by colonialism and all these different things for centuries, but even in modern times, the 90s, let's think Haiti, Clinton. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not even gonna go in. You want to Google it? Go ahead. So my whole thing is like, y'all, at the end of the day, like, you just gotta let that shit go and do what you need to do for your community. And another thing, I'm gonna say one more thing. For those, especially Haitians, who are saying, well, Haiti is a shithole. Why are y'all trying to defend this? Da, 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 da. Okay, chérie, baby, sweetie baby, listen. If that is the case, let's work together. Let's find solutions and let's make it better. What are some things that we're good at? You good with environmental science? Okay, let's start building trees. Let's start planting gardens. All right, let's start creating agriculture. Not creating, but let's start bringing back good agriculture. Let's stop having our food imported when we can be the ones exporting it. If our land is rich, let's use those riches for the benefit of the people who are there. Okay, I'm not saying me as someone who's technically, I'm technically American. This is where I was born. I not that I don't have a right to the land, but it's like I don't have as much of a right to the land as someone who was literally born and raised there, or at least raised there. So with that being said, let's take initiative and let's do these different things to make it not quote unquote a shithole. This is directly to those people who are saying, well, it is a shithole. So, first of all, I hope you're doing something to make it better. Second of all, let's work together and actually try to make it better. We all have a different discipline that we're good at. Let's do that. Which is why, like I said, with this show, I want to talk about mental health in the community, because it's something that I find to be very important that we don't really stress, and we need to. It's important. It's just as important as being physically well, because if you're not good mentally, it can affect you physically eventually. But anyway, so that is my little tangent. I don't even know what the section of that was called. You know what? Let's go ahead and just say that was the S'ak Pase with Sophie section. All the way up from me talking about my weekend, all the way up until this point, that was S'ak Pase with Sophie, because I just really had to get that off my chest. And I'm like, I don't know where else I can really say that except on this show. So that's that. I do hope that no one took offense. I'm really just trying to express obviously how I feel, but at the same time, like, we really just gotta, I'm not gonna say we gotta do better. I hate when people say that shit, but we just gotta work together. How about that? I think that works better. So for the Haitian of the day, we actually, okay. So when I was thinking about this, I was like, maybe I could like shout out a historian in Haitian history, a social media influencer, a politician who is Haitian in America doing great things. And then I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to go out the norm and just crown each and every Haitian who is out here hustling and grinding, finding different ways to uplift the community. And even more special shout out to those who don't just talk about loving Haiti on those days when we get to rock the flag, the proudest and the largest all over the place, but those who actually show it. For those who are on the grounds making an actual change and not simply sitting around criticizing those who are making an effort. I will one day be out there on the grounds helping as well, but for now, what I can do is use my voice to continue uplifting my community. With that said, if you a Haitian out there doing a damn thing, I salute you, queens and kings. I salute you with all the love and side of me that I have for Haitians, Haitian community, everything. So as you all know, as you all can see, the title of today's episode is Epidacet. Now, as most of you know, it's a random little phrase Haitians say when they're done making a point or statement. It's a newer phrase within the 21st century, but I posed a question recently to some of my friends asking them where did they first hear the phrase? And most people said at home, from their mom or a friend. And I'm here to tell you, I believe I know where it originated from. Yes, I do. I believe I know. Yes, I'm so serious. Listen. Okay, no, for real. One of my favorite Haitian films growing up called Profond. Dang, I feel like I can't even say it right. Profond regret. All right, profound regret, basically in English, which you can easily find on YouTube by typing in PROFOND REGRETS. Yo, sorry, this is random, but when I was a kid and I'll be watching these Haitian movies, well, movies in general, I always wanted to act and be in like film and stuff and random shows. But I really was like, yo, I want to be in a Haitian movie so bad one day. And like, I don't know, like if it's like a Haitian film studio or like whatever, but I really listen, y'all. If somebody is listening, they know someone who wants actors, and look, I ain't like the greatest. I ain't no Halle Berry or, you know, nobody like that. But I could act, y'all. I could do a little something. You know, I've been in like little plays and stuff, and you know, I'm good. And I could, you know, I could write the script and everything. Like, what's up? If y'all got an idea, let's go, let's do it. But seriously, so basically, there was a scene in the movie, and okay, let me see, how was it? So basically, it was this guy who had came from Haiti. He came to, it was Miami or West Palm Beach, one of those. It was West Palm Beach. Oh my God. Okay, so I have a random story about this movie. I'm gonna tell y'all later, but regardless, so in the movie, basically the guy moves from Haiti to his cousin's house, and his name is Dario. So Dario moves to his cousin's house. His cousin is married, has a daughter. The wife is a total boozan. Like, she rude. She's such a bitch, y'all. So the guy is like washing dishes, and she's like, listen, when there's a whole bunch of dishes in the sink, you need to wash everything. She's like, tendez, l'eau en paquet de vaisseau, supposé laver tout. And he was just like, wait, but you know, I thought you told me I only got to wash my own dishes. She was like, wap laver tout, wap faire vite vin la. Like, she was going in like, oh, you about to make roaches come here? Anyways, I'm gonna post it on my Instagram so y'all can see. Scene is hilarious, bro. And then she's like, tendez, l'eau en paquet de vaisseau dans zinc là, ou supposé laver tout, et puis that's it. And she walked away. Bro, from that day, I was dying. This was like, I don't remember how old I was. I had to be, was it elementary school? Maybe 6th grade, I would say. Bro, till this day, I see that movie, I just die. I just die laughing. I know what's about to be said, but I crack up. But anyways, okay, so random. Y'all, I promised you, the same day they were recording that film, they have a scene in the film where they're at church, right? I forget the name of the pastor, but he's in West Palm Beach. And I used to know all the pastors' names in Palm Beach because I grew up there, basically. But anywho, they have a scene where they're at his church, and I was there that day. It just so happened to be a day where my mom and I think 2 of my sisters decided to visit that specific church because it wasn't our home church, and we had visited. And the lead actor's sister, wait, were they both? I don't remember, but one of the lead girls in the movie, she was actually at the church, and she was doing like signings of people's books or whatever, and just signing stuff. And so as a kid, I'm like, oh my God, like I remember seeing her somewhere or whatever in a movie. And so she basically signed my Bible. It was like my little cute childhood Bible, whatever. She signed the very back, not like obviously on no scripture or nothing, but it was cute. So every time I see that movie, I think about that day. I was like, oh my God, I was there that day they were recording. It's so cool. But anywho, oh, that's it. I'm so stupid, y'all. I can't remember the actress name, but she was on I Love You On. The lady who was on I Love You On, that's the one. She's the one who's had signed my Bible or whatever. So as I can see, I've always been like very into the Haitian culture since I was a kid. And yeah, so like I said, I can't help but want to uplift my community because it's such a big part of me. But anyways, I'm trying to look up her name. I cannot believe I don't remember this lady name. But I know once I say I love you on, people know it's the lighter skinned woman who actually I think she was Nice Simon. That's her name. I believe I saw a picture recently, and I think she does like politics or something in Haiti now, or I don't know. But anywho, so we're gonna go ahead and move on. Ladies, if you're tired of slaving and cooking over a hot stove every day, assuming that you're making a good meal, but Tijan comes home and he goes right back out. He comes back with his stomach full, and you ask him, Tijan, qui j'en tout plein comme ça? And he responds to you, oh, pas que nous chez m'd'aller McDonald's. If you're tired of dealing with this same bull, hit up AB Dad Said Inc. and we'll teach you how to cook, clean, passe faire, all of the things that you need to know how to do as a 21st century woman in order to satisfy and snatch you up a true Haitian man. And for those who already have one, you will snatch your Tijan right back off the streets. Hit up AB Dad Said Inc. We got you covered.
Vagabond son bête qui fouet
now that we've gotten our fun fact out of the way, it is now time for our mental health check-in, aka click crack. When I say click, you say crack. Click. That's your turn. You gotta say crack. Y'all did it? Y'all sure? All right, so it's time for quick crack. Let's do our mental health check-in. See how y'all doing. And on some real stuff, my DM is always open on Instagram. No, that's not for nobody to be, ratchet in my inbox or nothing. I ain't even gonna say what I'm thinking. Don't do nothing ratchet, but my DM is open. If anyone ever needs any help with anything, like, just to talk and stuff, I really, but seriously, if y'all want, just random advice, like, I got you. Like, honestly, we all have our moments. We all need help with things. So whatever. All right. So one thing I want to say before I really go in, because I feel like with the next few episodes and just in general, this might get a little deep as far as it goes into mental health concerns. And I don't want anyone to ever come to me as if I am an actual psychologist, which I know I have a lot of friends who joke and say, oh, you're the psychologist of the group, whatever, you're my psychologist. And I'm like, thank you for putting that in the air. Thank you for speaking that into my life. I receive it. That will one day be. But at this moment in time, that's not what I am. I am a counselor after school for kids, but I am not a counselor for adults, and I do not hold a license. I hold a bachelor's in psychology. So I've gotten that out the way. So what I'm saying is, while the information on this section of the show may help you all, please understand, I want you to really understand, I'm not a certified mental health professional. If you would like to seek professional help in any way, I do have access to some resources that are affordable and can help you. And I do personally know some psychologists and people who I worked with in research and things like that when I was in college, and even some friends who are in that field right now. So I do have resources that I can direct you to, but me personally, I am not that. Like I said, if you want random advice, casual things in life, I don't mind. I think I'm pretty good at giving advice. If you ask some of my friends, they'll agree. So that's what I mean. But as far as actually taking me serious in terms of your mental health or mental well-being and your mental state, please don't come to me for that. I cannot help you aside from what I know, what I was taught at the level that I am now. So, but in the future, y'all could hit me up, y'all could come sit on my couch and, and we could talk, but for now, just keep it casual. Okay. All right. So how is everyone doing? How's the new year treating you? I know everyone's on there. 2018, new me, new you. Everybody's new. I just want to make sure that you all are doing great, that you are adjusting well to 2018. Stop putting 2017. It's no longer that year. But anyways, on the real, I really hope that everything's going well with you all, and that if you need help with anything, that you have found someone that you can confide in when things are not going well, even if, because look, we have our days. Everyone has their days. All right. So one thing I really want to talk about is communication in the Haitian community. Now, initially, this episode was going to be about something different, but I realized because of the depth that I want to do and go in with it, I'm like, I can't even do this yet. This has to wait. I have to really polish it up for y'all. I want to make it pretty, make it good. So I was having a conversation with one of my good friends and my sister. And I spoke to both of them individually and asked what is their opinion about communication in the Haitian community. And the way they responded, that's when I was like, oh, okay, so this is a conversation we really got to have another time. So I figured I would switch it up a little bit and, just kind of make it more general in a sense, but it's also still very important. All right. So I realized that in our community, a lot of us are afraid to speak about things that are bothering us. Now, don't get me wrong. There are those moments when it's we'll tell people off, say it like it is, this, that, and a third. But what I'm speaking about is a lot of topics are often swept under the rug or considered taboo. Now, when I say the word taboo, it's basically something that, in society, people consider it to be strange or odd, and people shouldn't discuss these things, right? So after doing some research, I found the most simple answer to why it is we don't communicate as effectively as we can. When you think about culturally, Haitians have a huge tie to the spiritual world. Now, whether that spiritual world be of Christianity, Roman Catholicism, or voodoo, it all goes hand in hand. Just 3 days ago, we were reflecting on the tragic earthquake that took place now 8 years ago. And I just want to say rest in power to those people who are lost, and respects to the families who lost people and, who went through a lot afterwards, because none of that was easy. Not one part of it. And for people to be so resilient and to just kind of jump back up after that, even after 8 years, I still feel like that's still such a recent time. Like, there are still people alive who experienced this. There are still people who are alive who are connected to the people who passed. So this is not something that's going to go away that easily in terms of healing, right? And a lot of people, of course, every year, we're posting about what happened with the earthquake and having moments of silence in Haiti. There were even ceremonies in Haiti and across the world in remembrance of the people who we lost, and just in general, the straight up tragedy, just everything that happened, buildings falling, people losing their homes, and just so many different things, as you know. And it really got me to think, it's like, while we are focusing on the lives that were lost, I think it's equally important. Now, hear me out. I know some people might be like, oh no, that cannot compare. But just really think about it. I really think it's equally important that we also consider the direct impact that this tragedy had on those who survived the earthquake. I found an article recently on I can never say this name right, Al Jazeera, which I know some people may not, always like, or whatever the case might be, but that's with any news source. But anyways, they were discussing the lack of appropriate mental health facilities within Haiti, especially after the quake. And according to a video they had in their, let me see, the article. Okay, so the article's name was Examining Mental Health in Haiti. It was written by a woman named Kath Turner. Within the article, they had a video, and there's this man who is he's a psychiatrist. His name is Dr. Louis Mac Girard. Hope I'm saying it right, Dr. Girard. So he stated, within Haiti, there are only, obviously they were translating for him because he was speaking Creole in the video, but he was saying within Haiti, there are only 30 psychiatrists or psychologists, and 23, listen up y'all, I'm not the best at math, but this blew my mind. So 30 psychiatrists, 23 have private practices, which leaves 7 open to the public. Now that means 7 people are left serving over 10 million people. That blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind, y'all. Those numbers don't add up. We need more people on the grounds, not only tending to physical needs, but also psychological ones as well. Untreated mental illness can manifest into hazardous behavior that can negatively impact individuals as well as those surrounding them. And I know in our culture, it's constantly the, oh, I don't need help, I'm not crazy, pas qu'un problème, whatever, bon Dieu capable, this, that, and the third. I can do this and put this candle here and do that and this, that, and the third. I'm not disrespecting anyone and what they believe in. But also, like, for example, with Catholicism, which I wasn't raised in Catholicism, but I know, you go to the priest, you confess, and whatever's going on. But I feel like within the Haitian culture, we're so wrapped up in religion. Like I said, whether it be these top 3 or, whatever other religion someone may practice, is that we don't even consider the fact that we can be, I want to choose my words correctly here. We don't consider the fact that we can be negatively impacting ourselves by solely focusing or solely depending on religion. And I really, in a sense, I kind of feel bad saying it that way, but I feel like that's the only way for people to really listen or really understand what I'm saying, is that if your only focus is on this one thing, you will be always sidetracked or blindsided by the other thing. You're going to be like, oh, well, that's not what my God said. Well, this is not. Well, this is not. Without even stopping to see what might really be going on around you. Right? And And I'm not saying that these things do not help, because it's been a part of the culture forever, for centuries, and it does help. I'm not like, I am also someone who's very spiritual, raised in a Christian household, even though I have my own, ideas and theories now that I'm a little bit older. But at the same time, I feel like, y'all, we kind of have to not separate ourselves necessarily, but we kind of have to at least give ourselves room to grow in different directions. So another article I came across, which was on, what is this, routers, y'all, anglais pas fin tellement pas fin catholique. When Haitians say that, oh, yo, it be cracking me up. Their English is not Catholic, basically meaning their English is not all the way good. Ugh, Haitians are hilarious, man. But yeah. So on routers, I can't see who wrote this article. The person's name is Anastasia Molani, and this was posted on, posted in 2015, so three years ago. Okay, so it basically was discussing the earthquake and stuff, and it says, Haitians do not tend to use the word, quote, Haitians do not tend to use the word depression to describe symptoms of mental illness. Instead, they may complain of a lack of energy or appetite, insomnia, nightmares, a constricted heart, or thinking too much, health workers say. And then it goes on to say mental illness is still a taboo in the Caribbean nation, which had no functioning mental health system in place before the earthquake. In Haiti, it's common for people with mental illness to be locked up in a hospital, psychiatric wards, or believing they are possessed to seek help from voodoo priests. End quote. The part where they talk about the people being locked up, actually, in that video that I was watching from the other article, I saw people who were locked up in the mental health clinic behind bars. And it also made me think about how here in America, a lot of times people are locked up for, I'm going to say, petty things. I'm not going to go all the way in on, because that's a whole different can of worms. But a lot of times people don't need to be locked up. Actually, I don't think anyone necessarily needs to be locked up unless you're like completely barbaric and going off and like just hurting everyone and getting rid of people and stuff. But there are certain issues that people are often like shunned for in society instead of being helped. Rather than people being like, oh, well, you know what, this person actually is suffering from mental illness, we often like just push them away quickly, right? If the person's full, you're going to problem, this, that, and the third, they're possessed, whatever. And it makes me think, like, how does this help the person process? If they're going through this, trauma or all this stuff, how does being behind bars help that person actually, be healed? It doesn't. It doesn't help anyone, right? So we're thinking about people who experience extreme trauma, guilt, all of these different things after often, like, a lot of the people who survived had to see this in front of them, right? And it's just amazing to me that we don't talk about this a lot. It's always just kind of like, wow, like God spared my life, which is true. But also, how can we go about helping the people who not only experience this, but also those who were impacted by losing family members, people who are still grieving till this day? And so one of the things they said in the article is that in Haiti, a key way to improve mental health care is to work with religious leaders from Catholic, Protestant, and Voodoo faiths, says the Center for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto. And it says Haiti's Voodoo religion heavily influences how mental illness is perceived and treated. For centuries, Haitians have turned to Voodoo priests for help. And it makes me think, like, that's very true. But I also see that a lot in Christianity, where it's like people will turn to God, which is obviously not an issue. It's not an issue to turn to religion. But people will just automatically do that without trying to seek any other source. And I think that's where we go wrong. I feel like something that I'm all about in life is about balance. If I can get a little bit of this, I would like a little bit of that to create this, like this balancing act, where you put the sand in one side of the beam and you put sand in the other side and it's balanced out. I really feel like that's what life is all about. But anywho, so like I said, it really reminds me, reading that article really reminded me about how in the Christian church, the first thing we said when someone was acting fool or strange is that they need to give it up to God and leave their issues on the altar. And I think I said this in the last episode, but God also helps those who helps themselves. And God also created these different means of help for us to access. And God also created other people so that we can access those people, and people who have different intelligences from us can help us to get through what we're going through. And I don't feel like a lot of us who are like really tied up into religion consider that. Rather than getting into the nitty gritty of our problems, we often ignore it or call it something else. Without the proper treatment, like I said earlier, people are often locked up for being crazy or put into mental institutions behind bars. And for those who may not know, a lot of psych majors may know, but there years ago, Geraldo Rivera, I believe he is a journalist, yes. He had did like this whole story about how there was this place. I'm trying to see if I can remember the name of it. I cannot remember, but it was a mental health institution in was it New York? It may have been New York. I can't remember for sure. But basically there were people who were locked up there. It was a lot of kids, and they didn't give these people proper treatment. It was just kind of like you're just shuffling the people in like it's a farm full of animals, which is also an issue, but we're not even gonna go there right now. But it was just like ridiculous how these people were treated. And it's just kind of like seeing that video and it being in the 21st century. And I see like people who are locked up behind bars in this mental health institution in Haiti. It made me think about that, except it doesn't look like that video that I saw, the one that happened here years and years ago. It's definitely not that extreme, but it just kind of gave me that feeling. But I say all that to say, I really do believe there are a lot of people, even if they won't admit it, who survived the earthquake and other forms of tragedy in general, in Haiti or wherever, that may suffer from PTSD. PTSD, for those who may not be aware, is post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a psychological disorder within, I'm not even going to say the name of the book, but basically there's the DSM. I think I'm saying it right. So there's basically a book that all those who work in psychology or are in school for psychology refer to, for basically has like all the different psychological disorders and whatnot that are in there. If I'm saying anything wrong, y'all, correct me. I don't feel like Googling it right now, but I'm just going off on a tangent. But basically, like I said, PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. So post meaning after, traumatic, obviously traumatic is something that caused you trauma, right? So something like really big that happened that basically had you shook, like you felt some type of way, like it really affected you in a big way. And obviously stress, everyone knows that word. Disorder meaning it's not in order, it's out of order. So of course there's other issues such as depression and anxiety, etc., that can come up. But PTSD is a major one after tragedy. This is something that's especially found in soldiers and people who have been in wars, and just things that are out of the norm that humans aren't generally exposed to. We're usually exposed to things that are quite normal, meaning on a day-to-day basis, however your life is, wherever you are, that you're exposed to is usually your norm. So when big things like this happen, a lot of people end up going through PTSD. So what I really want to say is I really just want us to be more proactive in treating our mental health. I get it. Mental health can be expensive in terms of like finding help for it. But there are places that will give you free services, even if it's not full sessions. There are apps. There are these different things. Shout out to Talkspace, which, I wish they would sponsor me. That would be really dope. Since I'm all about mental health and that's what their app is about. But all I want to say really is like about three, well, not really three, but about three more things. If you or anyone you know may be suffering from mental health issues such as depression, anxiety, PTSD, or anything else, there are ways to get help. There are ways to find healing, whether it be with starting on your own or going straight out to get help professionally. We are in this world together, and therefore we need to lean on one another from time to time. That's okay. Now, I know this might be extra generic and cliche as hell, but seriously, the first step to solving a problem is acknowledging that there is one to begin with. So don't sit around pretending nothing is wrong when something is. A lot of times in our culture, the first thing we say is, oh no, connect, jambai, yes, malheureusement, yeah, da 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 da. We just accept our position in the world as, oh, I'm just fatigued, fatigué, problem, like I have problems, whatever, without really sitting down and thinking, hey, you know what? This might be bigger than what I think it is. So let me address it as such. It's not just that I'm tired. It's not just that I'm sad. It's not just this. We have to stop making everything a just thing when there's a lot more to a lot of what we usually are going through, more than what we say. So a few things that I want to leave with you. I'm going to leave you all with a few words of reflection. And then I also wanted to give like some steps that I saw on, actually, as a matter of fact, I'll give you all my words afterwards, since, like I said, I'm not the one who is certified in this stuff. So let me look on this article by the American Psychiatric Association, from 2016. Doesn't say a name of the person. So APA staff. All right. Coping after tragedy. Okay. So some of the things they say is take control of your exposure to media. So how much media you consume, basically like watching TV or whatever. So this really is general and it applies to anyone. It's not just about those who may have survived the earthquake, but just anyone in general. Things that you see. Oftentimes here in America, what we see is a lot of Black people are exposed to seeing our fellow sisters and brothers who are being brutalized in the streets due to racism in many forms. And that can be very traumatic. It comes to a point where I will not watch a video. Like someone will send it to me like, oh my God, did you see this? And I'm like, I can't see it. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I can't take it anymore. I cannot consume that news visually. I can hear about it and it's okay, but I can't, do anything past that. But anyways, something else they said, you can maintain routines. Try to maintain normal daily activities as much as you can. Obviously with, like, for example, something that happened with Haiti in the earthquake, it wasn't easy to maintain a routine right after that happened. It's hard. But that's an example basically from the website is take control of your exposure to media, maintain routine. Remember you are not alone. That's number 3. If you feel anxious or overwhelmed, they said, remember you are not alone. Find support and talk with friends, family, or peers. Reach out to your faith community, which Haitians got that down. We have that down packed. The issue is we don't like to talk to other people. When it comes to religion and faith, oh, we got that. We good. Right? And I like that they said this. Keep in mind that taking care of yourself will help you deal with information and your feelings about the situation, and will make you better able to help and support those around you. So instead of you just trying to be the Superman for everyone else, by you reaching out to others and people being able to help you, that's when you can be the Superman to others and try to help others. But you can't help other people if you haven't yet helped yourself. You can't heal the world if you are not healed. And the last thing they said here, not last thing, I lied. Help children cope. Children may also be affected by the events and media coverage. And it's saying that children recognize when their children basically are stressed or whatever. So try to address the needs of children, of course, and get help. It says here, resources, information on mental health, etc. They have a number here, but they may not necessarily apply to everyone. But the number they have here is 800-985-5990. And this is the Disaster Distress Helpline. So for my people who, might be earthquake survivors, I think that this actually would still be something that applies to you all. If you ever feel the need, there is this number. Like I said, this is from it's psychiatry.org. It's the American Psychiatry Association. And they have this resource right here. Like I said, Disaster Distress Helpline. The number is 800, so 800-985-5990. Or for those who are a little anxious like me sometimes, you can text Talk With Us to 66746 to connect with a trained crisis counselor. Now, I know this might be better for those who just experienced something, but from what it looks like, I doubt they would mind if you call So I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying that you need to go do it now, but if you ever feel the need, hey, the information is there for you. All right. And I found another thing I wanted to just say quickly, that I saw on another part of their website. They were saying feelings of anxiety and depression following a traumatic event are natural. If these symptoms continue even after order has been restored, or if these feelings begin to overwhelm you, seek the advice of a psychiatrist in your community, or psychologist, of course. So that's pretty much that. I'm going to go ahead and leave you all with a few more words, and I will be out of your ears. I feel like this one went longer than what I expected, but hey, y'all, look, I'm really out here trying to help the community in whatever way I can, and this is the only way, well, not the only, but one of the main ways I feel like I can help is by sharing my voice, sharing my knowledge and my wisdom. So a few more things I wanted to say for y'all, and also, I guess I should have said this earlier, but take out a pen and paper, and just, if that helps you. All right, so one, reflect on how you're feeling, y'all. If you feel like something's not going right, try to figure out, why am I not feeling good about this? What's going on? 2, acknowledge that how you are feeling is a result of something big or even little that occurred in your life. Try to figure it out. Be like, okay, all right, try to be a little mathematician. Let me add this, that, and the third. Maybe this is why I feel this way. Or maybe not. Maybe you talk to someone and they see it in a different light and they can help you. Number 3, seek help. I cannot stress this enough. Seek help. Stop saying you don't need help when 9 times out of 10 you do. Nowadays, there are tons of ways to find help, and people are more open to discussing their thoughts and feelings. I really want my Haitian people to get on that wave. Let's talk about these issues and stop repressing, meaning putting them to the back of your mind, these issues. Let's stop it. Let's stop that. We've got to deal with our issues up front, or they will continue to haunt us in our future. A people who are sick or unhealed cannot build up a nation or future generation full of strength. Let me say that again, because when I typed this, even I was like, whoa, hold on a second. A people who are sick or unhealed cannot build up a nation or future generation full of strength. It can't happen. So, as our flag says, union fait la force. I've got to have your back just like you've got mine. And with me doing this podcast, I feel like that's what I'm doing. I got your back. I'm giving you information. I'm doing my research, and I'm just feeding it to you through the podcast. If you listen, great. If you don't, that's all right too. But at least try to get something from it. It's all love. All right. And now it's time for Sophie's wisdom. I feel like I done dropped a lot of wisdom today. So, I mean, hey, I'm going to keep on going, right? We might as well. It's better that you're dropping positivity than negativity. So, last but certainly not least. So, I understand it's the new year, and a lot of people are going to be posting all of their goals, resolutions, and, other people are going to judge, but it's whatever. This message is for those who are posting their goals. It is okay to be you. Do what you want to do and start anew. Don't let the naysayers get to you while you are going after your dreams. But one thing I really want to leave you all with is this. For the year 2018, let's put a show on for ourselves. Let's stop with the trying to show the world that your life is a movie of some sort. Live like your life is that box office that is sold out. But we don't have to post it for all to know. The time will come when others going to see you shine. But in the meantime, grind for you, grind for your family, and most importantly, grind for the next few generations of your family. Let's make a legacy worth being proud of. All right, y'all. That's it. I hope you all enjoyed the show. Make sure you tune in next time. Thank you for tuning in, first of all. And I really, really hope to hear from you all regarding what else you'd like to hear on the show. Make sure to hit my Instagram with feedback by going to @miss.royale. Let me say it again. miss.royale. You can hit me there. Like I say, hit my DM. Subas and Ed. If you just need help talking about something or whatever the case might be, just let me know. And I look forward to speaking to you all. Ciao.